Good Lord, I've wanted to make this video for a while. Today, I want to talk to you about my personal favorite villain ever written, Doctor Who's The Master. No, not you, or you, or you, not even you. Now you're my favorite, and you're the best. Ah, yes, you! I want to take a closer look at the Spy Master, played by Sacha Dhawan in Series 12, alongside Jodie Whittaker as the 13th Doctor, and how he is one of the most interesting versions of the Master so far.
Or should I say spy master?
He first appears in the Spyfall two-parter, where he is acting very modern Master, where he's very over the top, laughing, and a little bit crazy. But near the end of part 2, there's this small scene where a hologram of the Master tells the truth of what happened to Gallifrey. How he destroyed it. How he discovered the great lie of the Time Lords. As he talks, it doesn't ring as his dialogue from earlier, manic and crazy. It rings as serious. And when he crouches down to look at the Doctor, there's a pain in his eyes. Only cutting back to his anger when he says,
But why would I make it easy for you? It wasn't for me. Brace yourself. This is going to hurt.
Now, say all you want about the reveal in The Timeless Children, but I'm here to focus on how the Master is portrayed in this episode. Starting at the beginning, he's his usual trigger-happy self, threatening all the people that are trying to just pass through the barrier. But he's completely focused on the Doctor. He just wants her, needs her, to show her what's going on with Gallifrey. Taking her through the ruins, he makes references to Deadly Assassin and Trial of a Time Lord. Also, when are we getting Valiard back? Like, come on, man. Anyway, here's where we get to the good stuff. The Master has a few scenes alone with Ashad, the lone Cyberman, and when the death particle is revealed to him, he is utterly fascinated, asking if Ashad had made it. No, the Cyberium made it. The Master takes this information. No jokes, no unhinged, just pure thought on the death particle. This next scene is the big one, and I believe it to be at first normal Master cruelty, but later scenes recontextualize this as him finally getting to tell her why he did all of this. The murder, the genocide, all because of her, because of who she is, because she...
Are the timeless child.
Yes, this twist. But imagine for a second. Put yourself in his shoes. Imagine your arch nemesis, your previous best friend, was somehow more than you. Your ego would be destroyed, shattered. And I personally don't think the Master saw what Tech-Dayun had done as actual abuse, which is what it was, plain and simple. This revelation breaks the Master. Even if they had tried to be good, what was it all for? Would it even matter? I think this identity crisis goes beyond ego. It's more existential. His breakdown feels more like a twisted form, a twisted sense of dysphoria. The next scene follows him and Ashad. They make their way onto the cyber carrier, and the Master asks him what his plan is, teasing the Cyberium as well. When Ashad doesn't play along, the Master kills him rather quickly. But when the Master picks up Ashad's shrunken dead body, he says something interesting.
I thought if he was compressed, the death particle would activate. And all this would be over. I would have been okay with that. I thought it was a nice little gamble, but no. Oh, here we are. All still alive.
The Master actively says he would have been okay with dying. Welcomed it even. This is so interesting to me because if we look at other incarnations, they actively refused death. The Pratt/Beaver's master is known for looking crispy because they didn't want to die, going as far to look like that, then steal the body of Tremus later down the line. Then Sim came along. He died out of spite. But as we see in the end of time, he had a plan to keep himself alive. So to have a version of the Master that is actually okay with dying is fascinating. The reveal truly did break him down to this point. He actively hates his own existence. I think the next scene practically proves this fact.
You can see why I'm angry. A little piece of you is in me. All I am is somehow because of you, and believe me when I say I cannot bear that.
As I said earlier, the Master broke when he found out the secret of the Timeless Child. And I truly believe that he's being fully honest. All that he is, all that he's done is somehow because of her, because of his best friend and enemy. He feels like all of his work he's done is for naught. It doesn't matter what he does now, terrible or good, he's nothing without her in the most literal sense. The following scene between the Doctor and the Master is when the Cyber Masters are revealed. Cybermen with the terrifying ability to regenerate. No longer can they be killed. When the rage and pleasure of this reveal hits the Master, he revels in it, but still blames it on the Doctor. All that destruction they will cause will be her fault. All born from you, but led by me. How does that feel? He taunts her, and then eventually leaves, leaving her to think about what hell he will raise. The last scene between the two for the episode comes at the end. The Doctor is going to use the death particle on Gallifrey, killing herself, the Master, the Cyber Masters, everything. The Master is giddy about this, and calls her bluff.
Take out me. Take out these life forms. All those bodies still in the vaults. Every organic cellular life form on this planet. Forever. And yourself. Do that, would you?
She holds up the death particle and explosive to the Master, and he tells her to do it.
Come on! Come on! What have you got left anyway? You don't even know your own life. Look how low I have brought you. I have won, Doctor. You may have made me, but I have destroyed you.
He tells her to look inside herself, to become
death.
death. Become me. But she can't bring herself to do it. And the Master looks at her. What looks like tears beginning to form. He gets angry at her inaction. He won, yes, but he still craves that release. He draws back, takes a beat, and says,
For just a moment there, I thought maybe.
He wanted her to. Once again, craving death. His mind, body, and soul are just so tired. And I don't think either of them can take it anymore. The dance is coming to an end, and they're both just exhausted. Now, why doesn't he allow himself to die when Koshamas activates the death particle on Gallifrey? Because, as much as he wants death by her hand, to cause as much pain and suffering in their final moments. If that were to happen, he'd get what he wants. But that didn't. And now, his mission isn't complete.
That you are the Master, and I will obey you.
That was the last time we saw the Master, until 2 years later, with the 13th Doctor's final outing, Power of the Doctor. While the Master meets some old companions, Ace and Tegan, bringing up the absolute peak that is the Cat Master. But his plan here is an overly complicated plot to use Daleks, Cybermen, and himself, disguised as Rasputin, in order to force the Doctor to regenerate into the Master. Now, I have no idea how the Master brings his personality with him, but I imagine it's through the same will that overtook Tremis. And his plan succeeds. The Master is now the Doctor, flaunting what it means to be the Doctor, ruining the name just for the sake of it, making the name Doctor, a name that would strike fear in all. Now, why does he do this? I personally believe that after the events of the Timeless Child, the Master still hates his own existence. This has not changed. However, what he has done is figure out what he can do about it. He becomes the Doctor, therefore making him the special one, the one who deserves everything. The Master believes himself to be a failure of a person because of the connection to the Doctor, because of what part of him is. So, becoming the Doctor removes all that pain from him. All the chaos he causes now will be free of what he believed to be the Doctor's control over his life. For once in his life, for once in his existence, he is free. Or so it seems. He's constantly reminded that he isn't the Doctor. No matter what he does, he can never be the Doctor. So when the forced regeneration is being reversed, he begs, he pleads to not return to being the Master again. To return to his miserable existence where he will forever know that he is bound to the Doctor. The Doctor, Yaz, and Vinder escape, leaving the Master to eventually wake up. His body is not able to process properly the forced regeneration, and he begins to die. When we see him again, he is moments away from dying, and willingly does so later. Maybe. As his final line, he says,
Maybe. But if I can't be the Doctor, neither can you.
He fatally injures this incarnation of the Doctor, forcing her to regenerate as well, having to say goodbye to her friends, her fam, and all that she cared about. The Master during the Whittaker era is interesting to me because I think he is the perfect encapsulation of dysphoria. Granted, he is a genuine psychopath, but the discovery of the Timeless Child and what he is, who he is in connection to the Doctor, to me is one of the most interesting things that this character has ever gone through. I almost feel bad for him. But he did commit, genocide, so I don't feel that bad. So, what's next for the Master? Will we see them again soon, or will it be quite a while until we see them again? I hope we will see them. Like the Daleks and Cybermen that have been missing recently. But what do you think? Feel free to leave your comments below. If you like what I post and talk about, feel free to like and subscribe. I've been yours truly, and I will see you all next time.